Hey everybody, James Cybalski here. It is the East and West Finals in the Canadian Football League this coming weekend, and joining me to talk a little about it here in our West Coast studios is the three-time Grey Cup champion, Davis Sanchez. And let's start off in the West, okay? You've got the defending Grey Cup champions in the Battle of Alberta going into Edmonton against the Eskimos. Look, you played for both these teams. What intrigues you most about this matchup here this weekend?
Yeah, a very evenly matched matchup here.
Yeah, totally.
14-4, both teams 14-4. Mm-hmm. They split the season series, and last year they played in this same game in the Western Division Final.
Okay.
The biggest thing, my biggest intrigue in this is the matchup between the Calgary offense and Chris Jones and that Eskimo defense. Bo Levi Mitchell described Chris Jones this week as the mad genius. And Chris Jones, he blitzes from everywhere. He actually was talking this week and said he had to actually physically get up and leave his office so he'd stop putting in more packages and more blitzes for this week's game. And that's the kind of guy he is. But that being said, he blitzes from all three levels now. He has pass rush on the outside. He'll bring J.C. Sherritt up the middle and the other linebackers in the A and B gaps. He brings corners in the CFL. I mean, he does things that other guys just don't do. How much
fun is it as a DB? Because you played under Chris Jones in Montreal, if I'm not mistaken here. And is it a fun sort of defensive style to play as a former DB?
You know what? He's extremely aggressive, fun coach to play for. He's definitely a player's coach. But as a defensive back, he might not be your best friend because he's going to leave you alone. He's going to leave you alone quite a bit. He likes to blitz. He likes to be aggressive. Therefore, as a DB, you're not going to get a lot of help back there.
Okay, so you actually have to earn your keep for a change, Davis.
Yes, for a change. Yes.
For a change, yes. Well, the whole theory that two-thirds of the world is covered by water, the other third, covered by Davis Sanchez.
Right.
That's where you gotta have to live up to that.
That's right.
This is why we like guys like Chris Jones. So to prove your mettle, let's flip over to the East here now, and you've got the Ottawa Red Blacks hosting the Eastern Final. The Tabbies trying to get back to the Grey Cup for the third consecutive year. Look, they found a way somehow, some way to knock off Ricky Ray and the Boatmen last week in Hamilton. Do they have enough magic up their sleeves this time around to do it against the Red Blacks?
TD plays first time in 30 years.
I know.
For a playoff
it's
game.
Gonna be fun.
As you know, the number one ranked offense in the league with the Ottawa Red Blacks. Henry Burris probably going to be the most outstanding player in the league this year. This is a tough task. This is extremely difficult task. Henry Burris has 4 receivers, over 1,000 yards, a lot of weapons. This is a healthy football team. They've had 2 weeks to rest and prepare. It's a tough task for Hamilton. The way I think they could compete in this game and possibly pull it out, first of all, they're a very well-coached football team. As we all know, Kent Austin, Tommy Condell on the offensive side, and then Orlando Steinauer on the defensive side. This defense is opportunistic. They have 8 defensive touchdowns. That's unheard of. If they can get a defensive touchdown, field position by turnovers, and then Brandon Banks. The special teams of Hamilton with Brandon Banks, Speedy B, that's another way Hamilton can stay in this game and keep it close, and then fourth quarter, who knows what happens.
Win greasy in somehow, some way. All right, well, time to put your money where your mouth is. East Final, West Final, who you liking this weekend?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to go with both home teams this weekend. Edmonton, they're just rested. It's one game to the Grey Cup. Does
it mean that much?
It's a huge advantage. It's a huge advantage. You have for preparation. Football's a physical game. To have an extra week to rest your body and to game plan, especially with the coordinators in these 2 finals. All 4 teams, really sharp CFL minds. I got Edmonton coming out of the West, and your Ottawa Red Blacks and old man Hank coming out. Who doesn't want Ottawa to win? What a great story this whole Ottawa thing has been.
A shout out to Ken Reed, who came up with the saying "old man power," and Henry Burris giving life for all of us middle-aged individuals, not only across Canada but around the world.
Around the world.
Exactly. 3-time Grey Cup champion Davis Sanchez, so humble he didn't even bring his bling. Did you get robbed on the way here?
Sold. Pawn shop.
Pawn shop. There you go. Find one today. Gently used on Craigslist.